Good morning, everybody. Jeff from Goldfish with Ghost Aquariums here again. I seem to always do late thought videos. I'm only doing this video because it's going to be an absolute stinker here today. It's about 41, 42. And I want to talk about water changes in hot weather, the dangers of water changes in hot weather. I normally don't post a video say on Monday mornings here in South Australia, because watch with the algorithm when and where you post things and stuff like that. And even my last bigger video I've done last week kind of got stuffed up with the internet and didn't release until God knows what time in the morning, and it does make a difference. But this is a really important subject, and I'm off at the moment from work, and I just wanted to talk about water changes when it's extreme temperatures. Please, if you're going to do water changes and you know extreme temperatures are coming up, do them beforehand. Get prepared beforehand. Now, circumstances change. I kind of go with the seasons in here because of the openness of the shed. So hypothetically, Jesus, might be around 7 o'clock in the morning here in South Australia now, and it's 25 degrees. The shrimp tanks are 26 degrees. These tubs here. I'll grab that camera and we'll go for a bit of a walk, and I'll waffle on while I'm going along. But that main tank there is 27 degrees. 25 degrees is this one. So if this one's 25 degrees, fair chance that one and my water that I use for water changes, ground level, will all be at 25 degrees. Main big tank there is 26 degrees. 25.8 is this whole system. Now, unsure what this one is, but I could whack a thermometer in there afterwards. Now, here, I just took some water out the tap. For you Americans, now it's actually dropped down to 87, that was 88. And for Australians, 30. Alright, that's pretty warm coming out of there, so I could safely say in between those two things, it'd probably be about 31 degrees. Anywhere between 30, 31 degrees. Alright, so that's what you're looking. If I want to do a water change now, that's what I would be looking to put in my tanks. So, at the moment, that's 5 degrees difference. I don't mind a couple degrees difference, but goldfish are really affected by sharp uprises or downfalls in your weather, and a good storm and the weather drops down and that, but that's a natural thing. With the barometric pressure pushing down, that's totally different than me ramming in, say, water now that's 19 degrees in there. Not good. Or 30 degrees. Not good. It's 25 at the moment. So these are the things that I believe you should do. Most of the system a couple of days ago, when it was only high 30s, got a good water change. So I didn't have to worry knowing these days were coming up. So I'll grab that thermometer that I had, the little thermometer, and we will stick that in the water right there and we'll have a look. Now this is my system where I do my water changes from. Now the point I'm showing you here, this water's already prepared. So at the moment, it's coolish for in the shed compared to that water. So that is 6 degrees difference. Now this was prepared. So effectively, that water is 24 degrees. These 3 main ones are 25. The whole big system in here is 25. 1 degree difference, kind of like room temperature, as in what I've done now, I've acclimated that water is ready to go. So if I did want to do a water change this morning, I can safely do a water change because I've prepared my water and dechlorinated it overnight and it's sitting ready there to do it. But if I want to use this water, which is tap water, I'll just tip that in there, that's 31 degrees I will be putting in there. We've got to be mindful when you do a water change of what temperature the water is that you're going to change to and from. I mean, these ones here, your little Cory cats. Now if I do a water change or bring in a bit of RO water, a bit of rainwater, say, and do a bit of a little water change and make out it's a storm and I'll drop it down a bit, they'll probably be okay with that, and they like a little bit of coming down fluctuation. They will not like me putting in 31 degrees water right now. I kid you not. If you wonder why sometimes your fish will die, well, they'll probably dropped some eggs and eaten them. That's probably why. Be really mindful of your temperatures of your water when you do a water change, people. So you can imagine, so this shed here, it's not insulated, it's got a bit of insulation on under there and that, but that probably doesn't really do too much in this big shed. So if I've got a climate controlled room and I've got that set at 24 every day, all day, the dangers in that and doing a water change with water that is far too cold or far too hot is too high. So what's the solution to it? If you have the room, you need a reservoir to pump from. Even getting, so if you had a controlled room, one of these, I can't remember what they hold, they might be around 600 litres, something like that, one of those big tubs say. Now you fill one of that up in a corner of your room, dechlorinate it, put air stone in it, and let that settle overnight, and there's high chance it's probably going to be exactly the same temperature as all your water in your room. Don't do it and you're flirting with danger. Alright? So probably my biggest message is try to get the water you're pumping into your aquariums or tubs to about 2 degrees difference to what's already in there, because this really does make a difference and it will shock the hell out of you. Oh, looks like I better get this little, sorry, diverting here. A little bit of action there with the little Danios. They do love spawning early mornings when it's stinking hot. All right, that's all I want to talk about is, but please be careful in this really hot weather, especially if you live in South Australia or Australia, or some parts of the hot weather around the world. Just make sure you put a thermometer in to the water that you want to pump in. Know your conditions, people. Know your conditions. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this content. It was a little bit of a one out of the box. I wasn't expecting doing it. Typical me. So this is Jeff from Goldfish and Ghost Aquariums saying goodbye. But just before I do, people, remember to subscribe. Getting a good lot of people there now, but I'd definitely like a few more. So if you'd like to subscribe, share, comment, like, hit the notification bell, I'd appreciate that. Throw a comment in there, especially about water changes. Nothing spurs people's comments on like water changes. Everybody's got an opinion. All right? So I'll see you in the next one.